Content warning. The following video may contain material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I am not giving medical advice or telling others how to live their lives. This channel is for philosophical, ideological, metaphysical, and comedy purposes only. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
What up, everybody? Another day in Dookie Boy Realm number 1. I'm going to do a comment reply video. Project Bird Feeder Man wrote, respect for putting yourself and emotions out there like this. To my That Thing Is Not You video, he wrote, personally, I feel like I'm winning, in quotes, on the odd occasion when I feel emotions like this and have tears. It feels like I'm free of whatever it is that suppresses our emotion. Yeah, I absolutely feel way better after I cry. Like, I feel way fucking better, especially if I'm saying something that hurts my heart, like, I don't know, human beings that matter are being tormented by a fucking, like, demon or mind virus or archon or evil, devil, whatever you want to fucking call it. Yeah, that shit really bothers me, so when I cry, I feel way better, Bird Feeder Man. Just like that stupid shit that fucking fuckboys that probably couldn't do 10 push-ups in a row will tell you, oh, it's not manly if you cry. Don't listen to these fucking retards. These people are indoctrinated, brainwashed fucking dodo birds. Crying is a thing that humans do when they're dealing with horrible tragedies, and they have to do it. So what does that tell you? That it's doing something. It's a release, a pressure release valve. It's doing something for the individual. If we do it automatically when shit gets so bad we can't deal with it, you know what I'm saying? So, I guess, and like this comment, like respect for putting yourself in emotion. I'm a real motherfucker, through and through. I don't like to lie. I don't like to be deceptive. If something's hurting me, I'll show that it hurt. I believe in wearing your emotions on your sleeves, to be honest with you. I think this idea of not being emotional is a bizarre indoctrination checklist of the machine to you to not so humans don't show each other that they're hurting, pretend this realm is normal all the time, like, and don't show emotions. It's like bizarre. Anyway, I don't mind showing emotions. I obviously don't give a fuck what people really think about me at the end of the day, but he wrote at 6:50, not sure if you're heard about all the military mind control tech. Like, this is actually something, yeah, Bird Feeder, I said this to T, this is something, it would be more practical than a mind virus. I think that spiritual creatures and demons, or whatever you want to call them, hide behind technologies. I think people are dealing with spiritual attacks, and then they're saying, well, this is a 5G tower, and maybe it is, but it was something I said to T, the technological thing would be more practical if it was just mind controlling us, and that's the voice, instead of it being like a spiritual, I don't know, whatever, creature or demon, mind virus-ing humanity into this detrimental state for shits and giggles, it seems, then it could be technology. The technology would explain. I mean, like I said, I brought this up plenty of times. The technology showed back in like the 50s they could do all kinds of shit with TVs back then, like fuck with your frustration levels, fuck with your libido, fuck with your sleep, fuck with TVs back in the 50s. There were CIA documents about how they were using that technology to fuck with people. So we may literally be under the, like, you know, stage fucking 10, and that would explain of the mind control program. It could be the screens, everything. This is something that when you I'll say, well, anyways, this is a serious subject in this reality. And, yeah, absolutely. It could be technology, not a spiritual thing, but literally just like the technologies we're using on a daily basis. We all carry them around in our fucking pockets. We drive in them. We cook in them. Our fridges are smart fridges. Like, everything's alive and listening to us all the time. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Yeah, these technologies may be the ones in our head. You're stupid. You're like, just to keep humanity low, and you know, so that because of the balance of these people are truly evil. Like the ones that they know how reality works, I think, or the thing knows how reality works, and it just uses them like tools. Probably, I think that's more what's true. I don't know if it's technology. I think it's an entity. I think it's been doing this forever. It's been doing this forever. It's got to be like, it could be a technology. That would explain why it's so, it doesn't get tired of it, right? Like, every single person's got the entity in their head talking to them if that's what's going on. And it never gets tired. It's never just like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm going to start whispering in people's ears, I love you, and you're so beautiful, and you're so happy, and just lift everybody's spirits. I'm bored of being evil. Like, no, it just stays doing, like a machine. Like a fucking AI machine. I mean, anyways, he wrote, not sure if you've heard of, yeah, I've heard about all that shit, Bird Feeder, man. I've talked about all that shit. Voice to skull technology, etc. Yeah, lots of people claim to be targeted with this stuff, and of course they're just dismissed as schizophrenic, etc. Interesting how so few truthers look into this sort of stuff, the psychotronic weapons, etc., and just put it down to demons or archons, etc. Jerry Marzinski might be deliberately shilling, not sure. I find it weird and suspicious that he never talks about the mind control patents and technologies. And then just a small channel replied back to Birdfeeder Man, isn't the tech called Voice of God or something like that? I think I've heard that. Just a small channel. I think I've heard that. Voice of God or something like that. That was like the project name where they even developed like little, I don't know, on like big giant military ships where they could talk and you can hear the person's voice in your head because they're just so loud out there and there's so much distance it's impossible for them to communicate. So they developed a thing where the dude up on deck fucking a mile and a half away from the guy can talk right into his head with a little device. And yeah, they do all kinds of interesting shit. And imagine the power thing that comes with the humanity that's plugged into most of these fucking degenerate low-level consciousness ape creatures. And then you give that thing endless amounts of money and power, man. It's just like the level of control that we're under may go way, not may go, it goes way deeper than most people realize. A future recluse wrote, excellent video, Chris. Thank you. A future recluse, he wrote, you are for sure onto something major here. This is central to what all of us are dealing with. I am reminded of yeah, that's the other thing too, is that we all deal with it. Like, we all struggle with it. So it's not like this far-fetched thing that's not in our lives personally. You don't have that abusive, stupid, fucking annoying voice in your head unless you've learned to deal with it. Unless you've mastered the mind, you've learned to deal with it. Some things, mantras and stuff, because the human thing is very scripted. Like, you can almost mantra yourself into controlling your own mind by just saying it over and over again. This is my mind. I am the one in control of this mind. You like rewrite. I don't know, maybe the mind parasite gets sick of trying to talk to somebody that's talking to themselves, but the mind parasite will go away eventually. Not completely. It always comes back. It could be technology, or maybe it's just I don't know. It is an interesting topic. That's for damn sure. I don't know if it would be technology or a sort of spirit. I think it's a spiritual thing because, well, then again, maybe they had technology back then too, you know? Like, just because they were wearing robes and had a staff, like, that staff may have been a fucking technology that parted the sea. Like, I don't know that they were living in the desert back in the Moses days. But I know that the mind virus is what infected people in the Bible. When Satan comes down and tempts Eve, it's in her mind. I don't think that she actually saw, like, a snake person. I think that that's the mind virus. Whatever. I think it's been here the whole time. It may be programmed into the reality. And I don't know how to describe that because I'm not a reality creator. He wrote, I am reminded of Gollum and Smeagol in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, like it just slowly corrupts. He wrote, and what the ring does to him/them and to Frodo. And I'm reminded of the movie Revolver. Yeah, except in this reality, it's not a ring, it's money. But everybody, all these little fucking golems are walking around everywhere. He wrote, I'm reminded of the movie Revolver, Sam Gold, and the whole premise of the movie. If anyone's seen it, I've never seen that. He wrote, I think perhaps this life is like an intertwining of spirit self and ego self. I think so too. Well, I don't know. I've thought about that, I'll say. He wrote, battling but also working together in conflict and harmony on a journey. He wrote, and both being necessary and essential for this experience to be had, with, I think, our spirit selves ultimately being in control. He wrote, but there is more definitely an extremely malevolent element at work. Maybe it's partly us, but it's definitely partly not us. Absolutely, it's definitely partly not us. 99% of the shit that your brain tells you to do automatically on autopilot is stupid. It's like, well, then who the fuck's doing it? I know I'm not that dumb, because once I roll over, let's stop and question that thought for a second. It doesn't make sense. So, and we do a lot of things, humans, don't we? Humans will, okay, if you wake up and you're frustrated that day, first off, that may be the way you were going to be that day anyways, because the fucking machine is so well programmed that it has feast days or something, and that day it just projected frustration on you. But pay attention on days like that, and you'll notice people, animals, objects, machines will seem to go out of their way to frustrate you. It'll manifest itself in the people you love and use them to annoy you on a day where you're especially irritable. I know this sounds crazy. I don't know if it's a technology, because then why would technology feed off the frustration? Maybe it is just to keep us in a low down controllable state. Maybe it is a mind control program, and by constantly creating conflict and chaos in the individuals, they're easier to control. Maybe we're just being constantly bombarded or broadcasted with negative thoughts, technologies. I don't know. It's interesting though, but I know that we're dealing with it. I don't know if it's spiritual or technological. He wrote, difficult to comprehend, but again, what you're saying is for sure on the right track and very appreciated. Who are we really? The great question. That is a great question. That's usually the question I end up with in meditation is, who am I? Who am I though? Who am I though? I am. I usually just end up with I am, or I exist. I am what is the only answer I ever get back. But when I get that answer back, I am the universe saying it. Sue Phi Magwar. Oh, Sue, I haven't seen you comment in so long. Wrote, this Cherokee saying has been stuck in my head for the last few days. It must be intended for you. We all have two wolves that live within us. One is evil and one is good. The one that wins is the one you feed the most. This is kind of true. Yeah, that's a good way to say it, I think. Yeah, easy to say, but very hard in this world. Actually, I think it's deeper than this, so I'll touch on that one sec. In this world, to see all the angry, hateful people who feed their evil side. Love to you, Chris. A future recluse replied to Sue saying, love that saying. I've actually been commented this saying before on this channel, Sue, and before that comment, no, I hadn't heard of it, but it does make sense, but I think it's even deeper than that. I think that I think that there's two classes of spirit sitting right next to us all. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I can say I've seen enough evidence of it personally now that I can say it confidently. I feel like there's two levels of spirituality right next to us. One's dark and one's good. We don't have power as individuals so much. Those things have a lot of power. We can align ourselves to good, or we can align ourselves to bad. We're energetic beings. So all we can do is align ourselves with energies. So if you're thinking negative thoughts all the time, you're aligning yourself. And then again, it may be a technology, it may be the spirit doing it to us to feed off of it, I don't know. But you're aligning yourself with negative energy all the time. And if you're constantly reaffirming in your own mind, especially once you get a hold of your mind, that this is my mind. I am the one in control. I am the voice that's in my head. I am the one that speaks to me. There is no other speaking to me except me. I am the one with the power. I did this for about an hour and a half last night before that demon finally fucking left me. So I don't think it's technology, because technology wouldn't leave. Technology wouldn't notice and have a presence and leave when you try to love it instead of hate it? Why does it leave when I try to love it? That's not technology. I don't know what's going on. He wrote, easy to say but very hard in this world. Oh, did I make my point? But anyways, all we can do is be in a positive mind state or a negative mind state. Depending on what you want in life, I don't know if that's dictated by the good or the bad. I think they each have their own agendas and they will lead you on a path. But all you can do is align to one of them. Or disconnect from both of them. Future Recluse said, love that saying. It's a good saying. So just a small channel wrote, imagine how fucking genius the designers of this matrix are. I do all the time. They are incredibly intelligent. He wrote, if you try to seek the truth, you are ostracized and called crazy. I know this is absolutely true. He wrote, there's even fail-safes to make sure it stays intact, like cognitive dissonance, etc. Say, okay, just a small channel sees the realm how I do now. It's very like, I don't know how to explain it. Just reading his comment, though, he thinks exactly the same. He wrote, say what you want about these parasites, but they really thought of everything. Oh yeah, they've thought of everything. They've really got humanity by the balls at the end of the day. But again, when you're aware of them, they're completely powerless. They're not completely powerless. That's not true. That's a lie. They're not completely powerless, but to you as an individual. So again, I think if the whole of humanity became conscious of the fact that we're dealing with a mind parasite that's going to say negative things, somebody's going to walk in and the mind parasite's going to judge them when you're not even a judgmental type of person. It works through us. Haven't you guys ever done something and then almost immediately you're like, why did I say that? Why did I say that to her or him? Why did I do that? That was offensive now that I think about it. You know, and in the moment, it almost wasn't me. It was almost like I thought it would be funny or cute or to do something. It was just like an odd autopilot moment, but it ended up hurting the other person. I've done that a few times. Not like a bunch of times, but I know I've done things and immediately regretted them. It's almost like when I find out later the backstory of like why what I said was actually extra hurtful in that moment to them because this just happened. It's like, man, did I get used? Because if I'm psychic, I wouldn't have used it to find out, you know, what whoever, you know, is bad is going on and comment on that. I would use it to help people. You know what I'm saying? But it works through us. Trust me, man. Fucking your mind is not yours. How come you can't meditate, motherfucker? How come you can't sit there without a thought? It's easy. Well, try that mantra that I'm talking about. Do that for an hour and a half. You'll actually feel your body react. You'll feel energies upset with you doing it. This is my mind. I'm the one in control of this mind. I'm the only voice in this head. I am Christopher Sedaris' voice. I'm the one that speaks in this mind. It took me an hour and a half, guys. I had to say that for an hour and a fucking half. I haven't completely defeated the mind virus, but it's so easy to acknowledge it now. It's like odd. It's odd, to be honest with you. It's like, what is this? Who made this reality so fucking retarded? I'm sorry, just a small channel wrote, looking at the whole SM situation, oh my god, I almost forgot about that fucking retard. They wrote, with the mind virus in mind, and just knowing how fake and manipulative this place is, well, let's just say I think someone created conflict in the truth community and it's not human. Actually, I didn't think about that guy until you just said it, but that's absolutely true. Yeah, but he's an agent. That would make sense. An agent to me is the mind virus little bitch boy. Like, he's the fuck boy. He's just the vessel for the retard thing that doesn't like what I'm saying to work through, pretty much. I know he probably thinks it's him and did it, but yeah, he's completely controlled by the mind virus. You are scum 666 wrote, very interesting perspective. It's an interesting name. You are scum 666. Shanghai Thunder, or Shengil Thunder, wrote, 100% love, never apologize for speaking from your soul. Everything you said is on point. Thank you, Shengil. Appreciate that, brother. He also commented, it's an algorithm made up of many algorithms. People call them gods, demons, angels, etc., but it's all algorithms. These algorithms manipulate humans. So, okay, Shengel seems like he knows what he's talking about. So I would question to Shengel is, do they ever run out of gas? Is there a location of them that we can access? Is there a way to combat them or defeat them? Or is it just this way? I think it's just this way. I mean, somebody would have figured it out by now. I think this thing ultimately will destroy humanity. Just look at the way it pushes humanity. If there isn't it, it's like further and further down the bizarro world. This is not the same reality I was in the 80s. I was born in 83 and this is not the same reality I was in. Again, 83, 8 and 3 is 11. There's about 10,000 11s woven throughout my family. Even in the letters of our names, the numbers of letters, it's like 7s and 11s all through my family. This is like a scripted, I don't know what it is. Anyways, he wrote, what's weird is I know this sounds crazy, but I think I'm living from the future, not the past. I think I already woke up for some reason. I'm like going backwards in life. I don't know how to explain it. Shengel wrote, these algorithms manipulate humans almost always for the worse, but it's always touted as it's for the better. The 2D AI is its physical representation in this realm, and the self-professed elites are its very willing agents. That was a great comment. I think everything he said here is true. Okay, I agree. So I think that AI coming into the realm isn't AI coming into the realm. It's the original AI of the realm creating an extension of itself. That was wonderfully said, what he said there in its physical representation. Yeah, it's AI coming into reality is it coming into reality, if you know what I mean. I don't know. It's an extension of it coming into the realm. It's going to be robots, and then it's physically going to be in the realm. Then the mind virus is physically going to be in the realm. And as long as it can corrupt little fucking beta male pussy boys of the mind, because that's what politicians and George Bushes and all of those weird mouth-breathing fucking degenerate demons, they're really just pathetic souls. They're like the short bus kids of the Soul Factory. They have no ability to fight the thing. They have no self-control. These things are completely controlled by it. And they're probably glad about that because they get the reality they want. This thing will reward you. I'm not saying that this thing doesn't have any power. This thing has the most power in this reality right now. Again, if people became conscious of it, then it becomes a minuscule thought in the background to all of humanity. But until that point, we're all just driven by it. Stacey Adams wrote, sometimes I notice about myself is 1 minute I will be really mean, and 10 minutes later I will feel bad and wish I could take it back. It's definitely Twilight Zone shit going on here. Okay. That's almost pretty much what I was saying. So, Stacey, you said something mean or you did something mean, and then you wish you could take it back. It's like, why did I do that? That's not even me. So I think that it uses us if we're on autopilot. If you're conscious, it can't use you, which would mean be present. It uses the past and the future. It's got the best memory out of everybody. It knows everything about you. That's where it's at. If you're in the present, it's not present anymore. It can't be in the present, the mind virus, can it? No, it can. Yeah, it can. No, the mind virus can be in the present, but it'll be a background thought once you learn to work with it. Stacey Adams wrote, oh man, you are greater than you know. Thank you, Stacey, I appreciate that. She wrote, you are a very special, unique individual. Thank you again, I appreciate that. I know how it feels. This life is really hard on us. We all have to help encourage each other. When it stops bothering you, that's when I'd really be worried. I agree, Stacey. And that's what it wants, I think. It wants to deaden my mind completely. It wants me to become inhuman, like what I naturally am. That's what it wants from me. It's like, no, fuck you. I'm going to stay loving. I'm going to stay soft in the heart. I'm going to stay childlike in the mind. You're not going to corrupt me into this detached all the time fucking numb thing. Just a small channel wrote, one of your best videos up to this point. That thing is not you. Thank you. I think it was a great video too. Just a small channel. I believe you're absolutely correct with that intro where you talk about the parasite infecting consciousness. I think you're very, very close to the truth here. I mean, I wholeheartedly agree about the mind virus, so that me is the truth of reality. Oh, and guys, this is something I want to say too, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but because of who I am and what I'm saying, I think that the presence of this thing is much more noticeable. I'm not speaking from a place of ignorance. This thing will attack you. Like, if this thing don't like, that's why in that video, when I had said, do you think it's easy being a truth? I almost started crying again, but it's a war going on. And the ones that speak the truth are getting attacked. Just a small channel wrote, moreover, it also makes the NPC organic portals theory much more complex. Escape Pod Pilot had a similar story where he talks about a parasite infecting consciousness. I also believe it can change text and visuals that we see on the screen. I think that it has full control of most electronics. Like everything. Like your internet connection, what's going on your computer. I think there's an it, and it has control of all electronics. I think it uses electricity and lives through electricity. It is an electrical being, sort of. You'll hear electrical pops. You'll hear flicks and pops if it's coming around you. You'll feel dirty and electrical, almost like you're heating up like you're being microwave cooked. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I think technologies are excuses for what's actually happening, for the spiritual attacks. But I can feel the presence of these things heavily. And I think that they love electronics, because what's weird is if I go away from electronics, as far as I can go, like away from power lines, out in the woods, I feel way better. No technology around, I feel way more clear-minded. Isn't that proof that this technology's fucking... Or that's proof that it uses technology to... I think that technology is also an extension of it. It uses these technologies to attack us. Rap Music wrote, get help, you're not well, get help immediately. Rap Music, I would love to get help. Who the fuck are you calling on for help, motherfucker? Do you think a psychiatrist can help me out? But just a small channel wrote, for anyone reading Rap Music's comments, just know this is an artificial comment. It's not a real person commenting this. Edit, answering this anyways. He's well and doesn't need help. Thank you, small channel. I appreciate that. Shangel wrote, Rap Music is very possibly a bot. Yeah, I think so too, but fuck him and his fucking mother. But I'm glad that there's enough conscious people on my channel that I can just leave that comment there, and people that observe that stupid shit will see it doesn't take, too much to figure out a stupid fucking bot. In this case, probably, I don't know if it's a bot. It could be a bot, could be some little hater boy, and it doesn't matter. They're one and the same to me. One of you wrote, secondly, I think if you have dealt with a lot of toxic narcs, you know we're not all the same in dealing with the same thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got their own unique situation, but we are, I think, dealing with the same reality or entities, whatever you want to say. John Morrow wrote, speaking facts. Thank you, John. Danielle W. wrote, a great one. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Danielle. The Age of Warriors wrote, RFK Jr. That looks like Kyung. But he wrote, RFK Jr. is Ron Paul 2.0. Ron Paul actually used to move me to tears, to be honest with you. I loved Ron Paul when I was watching him speak and try to stand up against, like, big government. He moved me, to be honest with you. They're being used by the thing too. It plays the good guy to give hope. I know that's sad to think of it that way, but that's what's really happening. Stop and Smell the Roses wrote, I was watching a video from this week's Sergeant Schultz channel. Says the speed of light is used in computers and in the Matrix. It's interesting, light. What's with light? The light bringer, the speed of light. Fuck light. Light may be a part of the problem here. I wouldn't go into the light if I was you. He wrote, a long time ago I heard that the thought is faster than the speed of light. I wonder if thought equals belief. And so belief is more powerful. Belief's absolutely more powerful. He wrote, I heard a story about traditions. I don't know why he wrote that. I think it was a mistype. Australian Aboriginals left their painted hand on a place where their enemy would see it, and seeing it would make them crazy. The enemies believed it, and they both believe it, and the enemy goes crazy. From what I can tell, the power of belief is the program. We have no idea what we've been hypnotized and programmed into believing. I know it's so deep, and they've been on it for 100 years, so of course it would be deep and complicated. He wrote, but it hasn't been serving our true sovereign freedom. It's been serving the matrix oneness, and here we are in this place that it created, looking for gates and portals out that it seeded, listening to ancient stories it created to keep us here instead of making our own story beliefs and unprogram ourselves. Yeah, maybe, what was I going to say? There was something, the matrix oneness. I lost my train of thought. There was something I was going to say to this. The power of belief. Placebos are still unexplained. User, some weird shit wrote, at this point I believe that I, as an infinite spiritual being, fell somehow. Maybe entered into an existential realm that I should not have. Yeah, maybe video games are just extremely advanced in the future. Or in the other realm, wherever the hell we're from. We jump down into Grand Theft Auto and we're like trying to live a normal life in like a violence promoted video game or something. You know, in the NPCs play, or the characters playing the game have a fucking thing in their head being negative all the time. It's like, oh, this is a war game or something. Like, what is this stupid fucking reality? Anyways, he wrote, at that point, my conscience was wiped clean to restart, and I was given the mind of the beast who is the ruler and master of this realm. In order to leave this realm, we must drop the mind virus. I agree. Which is the mind of the beast, which is what we all have right now. This is the way out of here. How is this going to get us out of here? What do you mean? This is the way out of this stagnant, fucking bizarre slave realm that it's got us all in. He wrote, additionally, the mind is time and death. This is why we each die here, because we only exist. X is Roman numeral 10, so binary code 1 and 0, in time, and this human body, this form, is a product of the mind. It too only exists in time, and so it must die inevitably. We are each encompassed in time, and we are under the rule of this realms ruler. And with this, we see the meaning of the Freemasonic symbol of the square and compass. The G in the center represents the heart of God, which each of us are a piece of. And we, the hearts of God, infinite spirit beings, are imprisoned by these two AI mind aspects in this realm. Those prison bars being made out of square and compass and the mind virus. Yeah, we're trapped here and we're under the control of some sort of demonic mind virus, so humanity's never going to progress or go anywhere unless they become aware of that. He wrote, honest conversation. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, user. One of you wrote, number one, I would say that its tricks are far too complicated and tailored to simply be AI. I agree. I agree. I think it's a spiritual thing. These entities, again, why would it leave if I started loving it? That doesn't make any sense. Or get frustrated and I could feel the presence of it leave. Loving it? Technology wouldn't know I was loving it. Or maybe it would. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it can read my mind or something. I don't know. Just a small channel. Well, I don't understand what you're saying with this comment. AI can be as advanced as the most advanced thing you can think of. What do you mean? He wrote, AI can't think that advanced. That's clear, no? And then he replied back, my guess is that we are dealing with a far more advanced and complicated AI than we can imagine. Think alien technology. One of you replied back, this is a back and forth. He said, so it's AI. It doesn't negate what is behind it. Algorithms are advanced, but it always does what it's programmed to do. Just a Small Channel wrote, what's your point? One of you wrote, we're not just simply dealing with AI. And so what if it is AI? What's the point? Well, I think, he also wrote, I think when you look back and think about all the questions you/we, those that think about this stuff have had, it's clearly a lot more complicated than what you are taught in a 6th grade classroom. Shengel wrote, it is AI, it is based on, I call it an AI because that's the best analogy we have as humans. It's basically the AI God, for lack of a better terminology. Yeah, it's the thing that's in control. I think, let me thumbs up and heart these. He hit the nail on the head there. And then one of you wrote, yes, we can give it any label we want. It really doesn't matter. The fact that we're still dealing with it. Yeah, really at the end of the day, well, I guess it does kind of matter, right? Like, because I think if people became conscious of it, and that's never going to happen, there's only a few of us that actually truly break out of the matrix and then can observe it from an outside perspective. That's not common. There's like probably 10 people in the whole fucking world that can do that. So, well, not 10, I would say probably like 100,000 maybe, I don't know. Well, no, I don't know. Truly break out, there's probably 10. Maybe 5, I don't know. But anyways, Daniel wrote, I came to the same conclusion recently. There is some kind of malware inside our minds that is constantly generating content. Most of it is negative. It's the same with emotions. We don't actually generate fear, anxiety, etc. So would you guys believe it if that was a technology just being used on us by psychopaths? Like, could you guys comprehend people being that evil that they would control the whole of humanity and just do whatever they want because everyone's really under mind control? And even if they thought that they would get in trouble, the fucking mind control program you're in control of can just revamp the situation to make the judge throw out the case and you never get in trouble or whatever. It's like you never had anything to worry about. I believe there are people that evil and demonic that want that much control. They want to be the god of reality. So it wouldn't be impossible for me to believe that technologies like this exist. I mean, evil's been in control for a very long time. He wrote, it happens by itself without our consent. Only the stuff that we can consciously manifest is our own. The rest is artificial intelligence, literally. I'm not even going to call this a comment reply video. This is actually going to be is it spiritual or technological video? Because that seems to be, I mean, this is slightly different, but that seems to be the topic of discussion here. Here, only the stuff we consciously manifest is our own. The rest is artificial intelligence, literally as in intelligence that isn't prompted by a consciousness, but is auto-generated by some system that constantly misappropriates our mental energy. That was a great comment by Daniel Romanovsky. Just a Small Channel replied back to him. I also just recently came to the same conclusion about the mind virus. Wow, yeah, I mean, I think this is it, guys. This is probably the raw truth of this place. Another thing I've pondered after listening to Alexander Lawrence interviews is that we can be let me Google this. I've never heard of this person, so I'm just gonna open it in a new tab or whatever. He wrote, is that we could be living in an artificial construct, a system designed to keep humanity alive in a simulation run by AI and the mind virus. We think. Yeah, I think that the technologies are also an extension of the mind virus. Why not? If it wants complete control, we think of could be a safety mechanism in order to keep us from stagnating. The mind virus's only purpose could be stir up all this chaos in order to make us want to keep going in the end. It's just my thoughts, really. But about the mind virus, I am definitely sure it exists. If it is a mind virus or some AI handler, it doesn't really matter what it is, but it does. I'm leaning most to Loosh Farm, though. Yeah, I think that the well, actually, if it's a mind virus, it doesn't have to be a Loosh Farm, because the mind virus would explain the detrimental situation that we're all in that makes us suffer. You know what I'm saying? Like, humanity could be in a way better state than this fucking hellhole we've allowed this mind virus to create. Nagarak wrote, yes, I have also seen the AI Archonic Grey Octi controlling our reality from the astral planes. Dude, he's right. It's gray. It looks like some sort of anyways, that was I seen that when I was on mushrooms or whatever, the psilocybin. He wrote, it's really, but I'll say there was another drug that I experimented with where I sort of left my body a little bit. But he wrote, it's really toasty here. Really, can this thing talk? Dumb question, sorry. What? Really, can this thing talk? Dumb questions. Really, can this thing? Oh, really, can this thing talk? Dumb question, sorry. He wrote, and then he replied back to him. He wrote, they speak in pseudo-telepathy, which is them learning and copying how your brain internally communicate. Then they can mimic your voice and speech patterns. And then his toasty here replied back to him, creepy as hell. I would probably agree with most of what Nagark has said here. Pax wrote, it equals Satan. And then Shengel replied to him more like God. It's what's in control. It's very, very powerful. Some people say, well, it's not God. It's like, you don't know that. You don't know that. All we know is we're subjected to a fucking experience where something else that's really powerful has control. Again, God may just be a creepy fucking weirdo boy, unfortunately. Liberation from the Matrix wrote, yes, lately the mind virus has been spamming thoughts in my head all day long. Yeah, it has, hasn't it? It's been, that's what I'm saying. The attacks are getting heavier. Even like putting fucking like gross thoughts in my mind. Like, what the fuck am I thinking of that shit for? He wrote, I even said to myself, this isn't my thoughts. Okay, Liberation, do you notice when you do that you feel like a presence of something? Like the presence of an entity near you, near your eyes, your face. It's like literally, I'll be laying in bed and I'll feel the entity come in and scan my fucking face like this. Or it like hangs out right around my left eye for some reason. There's some Illuminati shit. I probably just covered my eye. Oh, take a picture. But yeah, like hangs out right around my fucking left eye. I can feel its presence like right around my left eye now of my eyes, and there's nothing there, but I can feel the presence of something. There's nothing there. He wrote, I even said to myself, this isn't my thoughts, and I have to make conscious effort to make it stop. He wrote, I feel like it knows I want to leave, so it inserts thoughts in my head, so I'll stay by luring me with revenge. Before that, I was thinking about women a little too much, but detached from that to a big extent. I was actually getting sexual thoughts in my mind of somebody I would never want to fucking be with. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, what the fuck is this? And I thought, at the time, I thought that my consciousness was developing to the point that I was developing a psychic ability, and that person was having sexual thoughts about me, and I was picking up on it. That's what I thought originally, but now I think it was the mind virus, like, trying to get me to do some weird shit. I mean, I don't know. You are detached from that to a big extent. Obviously, it will use the most effective thing, and you'll believe it's you doing it. You got to become extremely conscious of it. Joshua S. 1117 wrote, that's an interesting name. Well, why did you choose that name? Did you choose the number and everything, Joshua S. 1117 too? Like, did you choose that number? He wrote, my life is full of crazy synchronicities, and I am not sure if it's just me being aware of my life scripts, me connecting with higher consciousness outside of my realm. It's the mind virus giving you hope. He wrote, or these entities leading me, toying with me. But one crazy synchronicity that I won't complain here due to brevity, or that I won't explain here due to brevity, he wrote, has to do with me being led to the book Mind Parasites by Colin Wilson. He wrote, it's a fictional book written in 1967 that explains the whole mind parasite thing that is in a fictional story. Blew me away on how accurate it is, especially now knowing, I think that dude probably wrote that book knowing it wasn't a fucking, I've never read it. I don't know. I can't read books. But especially now knowing all we know about them, maybe now I could read a book actually. He wrote, I know you don't like reading, but it explains our situation so well. There's an audiobook on YouTube. I probably still hate doing it. I just found, he wrote, but it has a lame robotic narrator. The story starts off kind of slow, but it gets right into the heart of the matter and continues to the end about a quarter of the way through. My whole book is highlighted all the way through with useful information. I recommend it to anyone who wants to delve more into this topic. I'm sure there's some things that aren't accurate, but the majority of it is gold. Okay, that sounds like a really interesting book. Go check that out, guys, if you're into reading. Mind Parasites by Colin Wilson. Joshua S. also commented, it's funny that I liked the video before watching, since I know it's going to be a good one. I've yet to be disappointed and unliked after. Oh, thanks, Josh. I appreciate that. That's okay. I appreciate that. Pastor Daniel Christ is King wrote, stop swearing, you sound weak. Invite Christ in the world, not the hippie, to use your body as a vessel to glorify him. The truth will set you free. All glory to Jesus Christ. Pastor Daniel, I would go as far as saying nobody has been set free. I don't care how many people you get lined up that accepted Jesus Christ into their heart as their Lord and Savior. They're still here. None of them got saved. I haven't seen one person get saved from Jesus. This is a lie. I would say instead of worrying about me swearing and looking weak, you should worry more about yourself speaking stupidity and looking weak. Jesus doesn't save anybody. He gives them hope. In the mind virus, fuckboy reality. Thumbs down. No, I'm not going to thumbs down. I'll still thumbs up him and give him a heart, but he's wrong. Glory to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is the other half of this fucking entity's personality fucking playing you from the other side, you fucking idiot. Did you watch my channel at all? Or actually, half my channel's missing now, but anyways. Celestial Wonders wrote, Greek mythology rocks. Good to see you, Chris. Hope all is well with you. I don't know shit about Greek mythology, but a lot of people love it. Like, I'll run into people that are obsessed with it. Like, because I'm Greek, so like when people say, what are you doing? I say, I'm Greek. They'll say, they'll tell me about Greek mythology, how much they love it, and it's just like, they're like some random German or Scottish or Italian or African person. It's like they're more into my shit than I am. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about cartoon characters, but a lot of people love that shit. I don't understand mythology, but again, I'm sure if I read it, I could relate to it because I'm looking at it from my eyes. So this is something I noticed too. Is when your consciousness grows in this reality, all of a sudden everybody looks super conscious. It's not that they're more conscious. You're super conscious. You're just looking at it from your perspective. You're hearing the words in a different way. McJoseph wrote, one thing I know he is a hypocrite. Being a hypocrite is one of the worst things you can be when trying to he's talking about that douchebag. I'll finish this comment, but I actually should have looked at the video before addressing the comment. He wrote, he's talking about the Santi machine dude or whatever. It's my addressing the Santi machine situation video. When trying to make people think you are telling the truth, I heard he has mental health issues. Not sure if that's true, but that would explain a lot. He has serious issues with being truthful and being a hypocrite. You can't attack people, then cry and whine when they do the same to you, and that's what he does. Also, he basically formed his channel on the backs of other people's videos. Absolutely, I agree. But fuck him. User J, I'll say ZJ9. I almost said JZ, but fuck that. ZJ9. I don't listen to fuckboy rappers. I listen to good rappers. I really appreciate he has some good songs, like Moment of Clarity is pretty good. I really appreciate the final 10 minutes of this one. Thanks, Christopher. You know what? User ZJ9, I'm going to look up, the last 10 minutes of that was, me talking, so you like me talking about, I'll make a video like that, where I die, and I go and the council of 3 fuckboys or whatever, like, I'm gonna go through the list of like ways to argue with these Urcon fucking simple-minded little thin dumb fucking retard creatures on the other side. I'll make a whole video of that. Brownstone Bear wrote, If you ever get the time to check out some... I did, Ryan. I checked out and I actually started rapping on that one. I left a comment on one. It's not a rap beat. Actually, you would have to be extremely good at rapping to rap on it, but I was doing it in my head, but I was listening to that techno beat you made. I was rapping to it, but in my head, I was like, oh, this is a cool beat, but it wouldn't be a good beat to make a rap. But one of my coworkers, I think, is good. Oh, yeah, if anybody out there makes a beat, like good hip-hop beats, like boom bap beats, or even more complicated beats, I think I could rap on anything. I could rap on even techno beats if I wanted to, but give me a beat, because I told my coworker, his favorite rapper is Kevin Gates, well, one of his favorite. He likes NBA Youngboy too, but, you know, I'll say to him, you know I can rap better than that dude, right? And he's like, and actually, my buddy David at work, he's a great dude. He would never say, like, man, you can't. He's always positive. He'll say, you know what, maybe you could. You know, I don't know. But I kind of wanted to prove it to him. I wanted to make like a little rap. So yeah, if anybody out there makes boom bap, like hip hop beats, that'd be really cool. Give me a free beat, and I'll rip that shit apart. But Brownstone Bear wrote, why'd you put 1983 on there, Ryan? Is that the year you were born, bro? That's the year fucking gods were born, baby. 8 and 3. That's 11, baby. He wrote, if you ever get the time to check out some different tunes, I did, Ryan. 200 plus songs on my page that I put out to the world. I know it's all pointless, but that's my art form that I share with the world while I was here. All of the best this summer and beyond to you, my friend. Hey, well, look, I agree with what you said, Ryan, that okay, at the end of the day, none of it really matters. It's all pointless. That's true. This reality is pointless to a degree. It's meaningless. But if you love doing something, man, fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? And love doing it and love sharing it with people. Fuck all that. Like, don't let the fact that this reality is a pointless, meaningless piece of shit make you one. You know what I'm saying? I started letting it do that to me. I started letting this fucking demon realm affect me, dude. Never again. And never again. I can't say never. It's constantly there. So it's a fight, but motherfuck this thing. Everything about it. Ryan wrote, the kid flies private over pristine skies. Thank you, Ryan. Stacey Adams wrote, yes, I think there are not many of us left. The Gregorian are the warrior angels. I wish they would fucking go and kill some bad demons. And if they're warrior angels, can y'all do your job already? What are y'all waiting on? Stacey Adams wrote, it's like the Twilight Zone here. I feel like it's almost over. You know, I wonder sometimes, when it ends, am I going to be disappointed, though? Am I actually going to be... I think about that all the time. It's like, man, what if the other realm says, like, why did I come here? That's why people say we got trapped in the Archon's box and all this. Like, the Archon's box is called GameCube number 37 or something. That's the Archon's box that it trapped us in. It's the fucking game that we're all in right now, this simulation. It's not Grand Theft Auto 5, but you know the way you can get on Shenmue and fucking play an old Sega game? On that game, you can get on a new game, or a newer game. That game's like 20 years old now, and play a game from the old times. Well, that's being done right now too. We're in a game making more games. I know people don't like that shit, but man, it's like, do you really think that human life is so valuable and important outside of your mental comfort zones? It's not. Look how we are treated ultimately at the end of the day, the final product. It's like, whatever created us, don't think we're all that fucking important. I mean, just look around. Come on. Josh West wrote, we have grown past this place. I'm over it every day. Absolutely, Josh. Honestly, I have to not think about it, because if I think about it, it drives me crazy. I can't stand, like, when I really think about the realm deeply, I can't stand being in this motherfucker. It's like, ugh, this is the last place I want to be, but I have to detach from that thought. I got to do some Matrix shit to occupy my mind. I play Diablo 4 right now. He wrote, we have grown past this place. I'm over it every day. Nothing is fulfilling to me anymore, and my own mind and body have to share space with the parasites. Thanks for sharing. Really enjoy your videos. Josh, I hope that... See, this is like my biggest fear. It's like I'm a truth seeker, but my biggest fear is making people suffer more. Like, I don't want I'm still like a people pleaser. I don't want to make people suffer, or I don't want to say shit that then makes people go, no, you know, like my life sucks and more than they already have to deal with. Like, but I'm a truth seeker. It's like I can't be a people pleaser and a truth seeker simultaneously. What does that tell you about the truth? Truth is fucking evil and dark and demonic and always bad news. Fish and Bandits wrote, Gregorian chants reminds me of Halo 1 and 2 days. Halo 1 was amazing. Shane Gell replied, get out of my head. Yeah, Halo 1, I remember I was a poor kid growing up, so when I was like 19, 20 and I fucking had a job at that point, I got that system the day that shit came out. You know what I'm saying? Because we always would have like the systems before. Like when, PlayStation was around, we were still playing like Sega Genesis. And then when PS2 came around, we were playing PS1. Like we were poor kids, right? So, and that goes back before the PS1s and all that shit. I'm talking back to like the Atari, then it was the Nintendo, then the Super Nintendo. Like we always had the old. But I got the Xbox the day that bitch came out, bro, and had fucking Halo 1 on that bitch. What a great game. That was a great experience, to be honest with you, because it was totally next level. It felt next level, especially when I got in the Warthog, bro. So I was like, man, what the fuck? This game's amazing, bro. The music was good. It was like some damn fucking serious shit. Like, what do you call it? Like classical music. Great fucking, like, powerful fucking music. Pax wrote, at 105, no, you are unknowingly clairvoyant. Think about it. That's an interesting comment. I mentioned this, Pax, earlier when I thought about when it said, that's what I was thinking, dude. I was thinking that I'm like becoming this psychic, bro. I'm like, people are thinking about me, like, and that's what's putting the sexual thoughts in my head about them. It's like, oh, I'm not interested in this person, but you know what I'm saying? It was just like, I thought I was becoming psychic. And okay, not like I'm psychic. I'll say, man, I can look at someone and almost tell you immediately how they feel. Instantly, I could tell you, almost, I could tell you that they got an issue going on in their life at that moment that's serious. Like, I'm not in their heads. I'm not like, ooh, this person just thought about me. But, man, I can definitely see people. Easy. Read through people. People are lying and being deceptive. I see right through it. It's like, fucking, you're lying. Like, I see through the mind virus really well, which is weird. It took me so long to notice it myself. But Pax wrote, Dark Ages and Black Magic are/have more power and are in control in these times. We devolved as a kind. White magic exists, just hidden/covered. Nothing new under the sun. Yeah, just, Pex, I would say I would believe more in magic if there was one fucking practical example of it. Just one. Like, Chris, if you do this, this, and this, your pecker will grow 2 inches overnight. Oh, you casted a dick growing spell. Chris, if you did this, this, and this, that person is going to fall in love with... Motherfucker, if there was any magic, it would be rampant. Everybody would know about it. Everybody would know about it. There'd be people on TikTok making random people fall in love with them, and you'd see like celebrities like going out with this random fat guy, and you're like, why is she with him? She's hot and good and rich, and this dude's because he casted his magic. There is no magic spells, dude. That's what I'm saying. I think, Pax, I think that when we watched shit like that growing up at that very weird, young, super absorbent, everything we see affects us permanently for the rest of our lives age, they show us like magic in movies and stuff. I think they did that for a reason. I don't know if you guys heard that pop. That's the mind virus showing up. DK Limnick wrote, actually I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Maybe demons that are attached to me from traumas growing up that I haven't shook yet. I did have a weird meditation once where I felt the presence of whatever it was coming in front of my face, and it was moving in front of my face, and in the meditation I reached up and grabbed it, and in my mind I wrapped it up with like these energy strings. I don't know how to explain, like strings made of energy, and it was wrapped around every one of its fucking limbs, its tail, its wings, its head, everything was wrapped up, and I had it trapped, and I said, now you're going to work for me, you little motherfucker. So it might be that thing just pissed off. I haven't done anything with him. Well, actually, I did try to send him to destroy evil, but I don't think he'll do that. But he's still my little bitch. I'll say that. DK Linux wrote, that's what I say, like, I don't know if that creepy boy over there was trying to attack me. It's like, dude, you know, if he's the mind virus, then technically he could. If he's a part of the Matrix, then technically he is attacking me because it's all the same fucking enemy, isn't it? But I remember I had, and this is where I thought I was, again, why I thought I was becoming sort of psychic or something. I had a connection with that retard. And I don't know if he was thinking about me in that moment, but my natural and I shouldn't have did it. I don't know if I hurt him, but my natural, well, anyways, I don't want to talk about, but because he was, I felt like he was attacking me in that moment, and I hurt him, but I hope I didn't actually hurt him. DK wrote, at 29, good point. Maybe because we've become aware of the reality here, no longer want to be here or find much joy in this existence. That may be our key to the next level. I would say if there is a next level of existence, consciously, man, well, first off, I'm going to say the transition is not going to be the way you expect it. It's going to happen very smoothly. And anyways, and I also want to say that, yeah, becoming conscious is to seek the truth. What else is there if you're not seeking the truth? What are you going to talk about? Like football and sports and UFC and video games and movies and shows and more. Like I like a lot of that shit too. I love music. Music's my thing. But really, how meaningful is all of it? Pax wrote, look at nature and plant and animal life. No humanoid / computer could create all of this. Obviously, there is God creators. Well, Pax actually. Yeah, humanoids and computers could create all this, to be honest with you, and plug you into it. It would look just as real, and there'd probably be plant-like you never heard of before. Look at the game Ark. Ark, especially if you have a really good computer, you can run it on full graphics. Like, look at that world in there with those weird, bizarre plants and stuff you've never seen. Like, believe me, things can create shit. It doesn't have to be God. But I would say I used to be of the same mind, Pax. I used to think we didn't create the realm and all that, though. Like, blah, blah, but I think whatever it is what created the realm. It's what created the trap. It's what maybe even created us. I don't know. But it's what's in control. The mind virus, it's all the same thing, I think. Pax wrote, Dark Ages, mind-controlled Kali Yuga, Iron Age, limited attention span, and massive shadow / ego. So reality scripted. We go through ages, and it's like, and then the astrology thing's true, and we're all just parts of stars, and we all have personalities. Like, that shit's so bogus, dude. I can read any fucking astrology thing and go, oh, I relate to that one. I hear from everybody how evil and mean and bad and dark and cold Scorpios are. All I hear from people, though, is that I'm a very loving, good-hearted guy. I'm a fucking Scorpio, motherfucker. Like, so... That man, that shit, even the people that are into that shit, they never get it right. Even when it's an obvious one, they still can't guess it right. And they go, oh, I should have known because of the big forehead. And it's like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, man? If that's true, in the astrology, and we're all just like born on a certain day, so we must be programmed to have this personality type, and it's like, then it's a scripted reality. It's a fucking still a simulation. It's a hellhole. It's a meaningless scripted reality then. Pax wrote, it is difficult to remain, not that the one that I'm saying is all that great, that's a fucking miserable one too, but it's more practical and realistic and observable. He wrote, it is difficult to remain motivated in this demon-filled mindless reality. I share many similar emotions / theories. Respect and much thanks for your word / chat. Thank you, Pax. I appreciate that, brother. He also commented, thought-provoking, heartfelt content. Cheers. Thank you, Pax. I try to be from the heart. I'm going to do a couple more, and then Illicit Mind wrote, appreciate you, Chris. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, too. If that's the same Illicit Mind I'm subscribed to, go check him out, dude. People. Go check him out, everybody. I don't want to reply to that one. And then user wrote, GI doctor, were you in the military? No. No, GI is a gastrointestinal doctor. It's a stomach doctor. This is what that means. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.